I'm joined here with Scotty Fraser from the men's over 40s who won gold with the Team South Africa. Scotty, congratulations first of all, and thank you for taking the time to come join us today.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, that World Cup was a bubble of euphoria where we just had Team South Africa in the hotel and we spent so much time with our teams promoting the SA brand that is now on the map.
It's phenomenal, obviously having the home crowd. What was it like having, you guys won silver in Nottingham 2 years ago and now being with your home crowd? What was that like in comparison to being in the English crowd?
Well, Nottingham, we didn't have a benchmark. We just went in there blind. We cultivated this incredible culture off the field with fines meetings and storytelling, and both the Joburg boys, the Natal boys and the Cape Town boys all really pulled together, and we got silver unbeknown to us. Which gave us like a slight bit of belief, knowing that in our home country we can actually show off a bit in front of our family and friends. And now we've got the 2 years to work towards it. So from Nottingham to today, we put in a lot of hard yards off the field and on the field, various camps, and then just the pride to play in front of your home side, your home crowd was just electrifying, and proud moments for all the boys.
And what was some of the key highlights for you throughout the tournament?
Sure, a number of highlights. Family members, young kids, they were painting signs. So every time we played our home game here, there were these signs, and it started with Dad, then it became Westy, and then it was Scotty, and then it was Cronch, and then by the end of the tournament, every player had a big sign in the crowd, which is very, very cool. Another highlight for us was winning gold. You can imagine the anticipation of that first game against England, where we lost to England in Nottingham, 1-0 in a very closely contested match. This was the opening game for the tournament. So the anticipation against England in that first game was just very, very cool. We won, and then we thought, hang on, we're going to win this tournament. And it was conviction in our bones from that moment right throughout that we were going to win gold.
That's awesome.
So those are your two highlights.
And obviously it's all great when you get the glory and the gold. There's often challenges and obstacles that we go through to get there. What have been some of the key ones for you, either individually or as a team?
I think all those niggles and ailments start creeping in at the age of 40. So guys were very conscious of that leading into the tournament. They put in lots of hours conditioning their bodies with various gym trainers, hockey exercises, etc. So the fitness was good. And then what we also did is we managed to get what we call a body mechanic, and he worked around the clock. From 7 in the morning, he started those sports massages and would go home at 9 p.m. So everyone got their half-an-hour massage every day for any tweaks or injuries that may have flared up. So that helped us. But I think that was it. Everyone just had the conviction that we were going to win and nothing was going to get in our way. If a restaurant wasn't booked for dinner, no problem. We made a plan. If the bus wasn't there, no problem. We had cars. We just all jumped into various cars and got to the ground on time. So those little hurdles we were able to jump them quite easily.
And were there any kind of key moments or pressure moments that could have kind of gone either way?
Yeah, there were. In that first game against England, we got a long corner which was overturned, and suddenly it was a 16 and everyone was based at the long corner. They threw an overhead. We were all out of position. It was 2-2 at the time. No, it was 3-2 at the time. They got a shorty. It could have been 3-all, which would have been a changing point. We managed to stand fast, and they didn't score, and we scored our fourth. So there's that, and then also in the semis, a similar situation. And in the final, it was just a tight final. Cards being thrown around, tempers flaring, crowd involvement, umpires maybe buckling a little bit. So it was on a knife's edge. But I think our maturity and our experience showed, where we were able to keep the composure, play the ball around the back, settle the nerves, and then attack again.
And do you have any key tips that's maybe helped you personally to manage that composure? And yes, it comes with experience, but I think it doesn't matter how experienced you are, sometimes you do get caught up in the moment.
Yeah, caught up in the moment, absolutely. But the faith that you have in the player next to you in our squad is profound. Knowing that you're doing your role, which is not my role. This is my role. And if I have to do this, I'm doing this to the best of my ability. So the trust in that gave everyone confidence. And also in the final, I think Dale got a tweaked hamstring. I got a tweaked hamstring. There was a Dylan Piatti. He also came off for some niggles. And the guys on the bench who went onto the park, call them the bomb squad, they played that whole second half of the final all on their own. They ran, they charged, they did the work, the hard yards, and it was just magnificent to watch it, that the whole squad contributed.
Yeah. Well, they say the squad wins you the championship, so I think that's a great example of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And off the field, I think that was also another highlight, going back to your first question. The camaraderie that we have and the identity that everyone has in the fans meeting, and their particular song is very cool, because now the guys, that's them, that's their song, that's their drink, and then you feel a part of the squad. So the off-field gelling is reflected on the field.
100%. Couldn't agree with you more. And just personally, final question, what does it mean to you to have won gold?
Oh, the legacy we lead now. We've inspired not only our friends, but the seniors, the juniors, the kids. The legacy now, they're all looking up to us. You've had strangers coming up saying, well done on your hockey, and they were there watching, which is amazing. So like seeing the kids coming through wanting to aspire to be a master at the age of 40, in fact even all the way to 70s, I think it's incredible, because now you can play hockey for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's definitely a testing tone when the youngsters are excited to get older to play Masters hockey, compared to the old mentality of Masters Old Bullies hockey.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Scotty, and thank you so much for sharing your insights, and wish you all the best in your preparation for the next one.
2026. Thank you.